Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. My name is Megan Graham, and today I am on here to chat with you a little bit about Lifewave. I get a ton of questions about the website, and I wanted to come on here to help. I know there's a lot of people all over that are ordering. Many of you are my clients, and some of you are not. So, anyway, I just figured I would come on here to chat a little bit about the website. And if you want to ask me questions while I'm on here live, that is the time to give me your questions too, so I can help you with the website. Why would I come on here and talk about the website? Because when I looked at Lifewave and I wanted to order these patches for the first time, I looked at the website and I thought it was the most confusing thing I had ever seen. First of all, the first thing that confused me, if you've seen this, they talk about one sleeve of patches. I'm going to be really honest. I don't know why they have to call it a sleeve. This is a sleeve. It's an envelope. It's a packet. It's a container of patches. That's all it is. It's not something you're going to wear on your arm, but it sounds like it is, and it's just a really confusing name. So I usually just say it's one envelope of patches. And very, very popular question that I get is how many patches come in a sleeve or an envelope? So these are the patches. It's a 1-day supply, 30. So you get a 30-day supply when you buy the X39. That is honestly the most common question. By the way, feel free to hop in here if you have any questions when I'm on here. This is the place. So first of all, this is a really popular question. People say, how do I place an order without signing up for auto ship? So a few different things. You can do one of two things. Either you can sign up as a brand partner, and if you sign up as a brand partner, you do not have to have an auto ship. So that's one thing that you can do. You can also sign up and get them. It'll say check out as a guest, but make sure that you see the name of the person at the top of the website that you want to help you. So like if you're signing up with me and you want my help, look at the top of the website, make sure it says Megan Graham. If it says Lifewave, I don't even know if you're getting a rep or if you're getting we don't really know. I wouldn't just like check out as a guest. I would personally avoid that at any and all costs, because when you have the patches, you want somebody to help you. So, you could check out as a guest, but here is the caveat. These patches are going to cost you about $150. It's one of those prices like $149, I think, and 95 cents, but let's just call it $150 because that's what it is. So I wouldn't sign up that way. If you really want to, what you could do is sign up as a preferred customer. Preferred customer, again, it's just a confusing name. It's a basic Lifewave subscription. You're not a brand partner. You're just a customer. You could cancel it after 1 month. I wouldn't recommend you cancel it after 1 month, but if you want to cancel it, it's not going to be like a Planet Fitness situation where they don't let you cancel it. Lifewave is very lovely about, if you want to cancel something, if you want to return something, it's not a big deal. What I would recommend if that ever happens is you call them at, I believe it's 1-866-202-0065. I never recommend that my customers and clients email them. It's always been a slow turnaround, at least in my experience. I think they're a lot faster now, but when you make a phone call, it happens really fast. So should you want to return, which is totally fine, say you don't love something, return it. Don't keep it. Don't waste your money. Very few of my customers and clients do return, but if for whatever reason they don't like it, I always just tell them to return it. Okay, so basically, you can either, if you don't want an auto ship, you can sign up as a brand partner. I never have an auto ship and I'm a brand partner. I just order what I need every single month because I always need different stuff at different times of the month. Or you could sign up as, you could do retail. So that's a one-time order, but don't do it. If you must do that, if you just want to try it for a month, you can always cancel your membership. Okay, so this is the next thing. And guys, do you have any questions? Feel free to ask me if you have anything and you just want to ask me how to order. Feel free to go in there and ask me. I don't know for sure if the chat is working or not. If it's working for you, can you type yes? If it's not working for you, can you type no? Also, I would love it if anybody wants to just type and just let me know Where are you watching from today? I'm always curious. So I live in the Southwest, but I'm always curious where everybody else lives. And if you notice, I am in a new apartment because we had a pretty severe water damage incident in our last apartment. So the reason I've been gone is that we up and moved, and now we're in a new healthy apartment, but I had to clean all of our belongings. It was a really, really big deal. So we're in a new place. Anyway, on with the next. So this is what's the deal. I'm signing up as a brand partner and I only see the X39 patches. So say you want to be a brand partner. There's a few different reasons why you might want to be a brand partner. Some companies call brand partners market partners. They call them reps, things like that. If you're on the Lifewave website, and if you look in the description of this video, which is going to pop up right below the video, and I usually put it in the first comment too, and you pop on the link that, or you click on the link that I have there, that will eventually bring you to my replicated site. I built a quick landing page that explains some things that I always just tell my customers about the patches. So I put it in a landing page so it's easy. People can see it day or night. You're welcome to look at that page, whether you're my customer or not. Check it out for some info. Anyway, when you go to the Lifewave website, if you go to the top, there's a top section and it says join. If you click on join, you're going to see the next thing says, I'm not a robot. If you're not a robot, which I hope you're not a robot if you're watching this, click on I'm not a robot. It's going to go in and it's going to show you the brand partner packages. So I think there's about 5 different packages now. They just added back in one, which is so great. That used to be there. I'm happy it's back because it's kind of like a mid package. Now, what you're going to notice is that all of those packages are just straight filled with X39. Most of the time, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Robin. I really appreciate it. So nice. So basically, when you go in there, you're going to see everything's filled with X39. Now, if I'm starting someone out, I think that's a great way to start out. Just getting a package that has X39 is very simple. It's the patch I always recommend people start with. Usually I do like a personal consult where when I talk to my clients, we talk about what else they might want to add in the second month, if they would like to do that. So you're going to see though it's just X39, and here's the deal. Click on the package that you're thinking about getting, and you're going to see an amount of X39. So let's say you look at the core package, it will say that you're getting 3 sleeves or 3 envelopes, 3 months worth of X39. You can actually click that number down to 2, and over to the left, if you're on a laptop, you'll see it's just going to be the word patches with a plus sign. If you click on the plus sign, a drop-down menu is going to appear, and under that drop-down menu, you are able to add in other patches that you would like. You're only able to add in a specific amount, and then it's going to just turn green underneath. That means you're ready to move forward and check out. Again, for the most part, I would just get the patches that are in there, but if you really want to customize it and get fancy, you can do that. The only patch that I personally would add in at the beginning would be the Aeon. I wouldn't add in anything other than the Aeon if I were starting out. I keep it simple. I don't overwhelm the body. Simple is best. It really is best. And this isn't medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I don't give medical advice. I don't give patch recommendations based on any diagnosed conditions, but let's keep it simple. X39 is really the way to go. Something that I just wanted to say, a lot of people are afraid of the brand partner package, and here is why. I think a lot of people think that if they sign up as a brand partner, one, they have to get that package every single week or every single month, or it's coming and it's recurring. It's a one-time thing. So when you get that package, you could only get it once. Later on, if you so choose, and only if you choose to do it, you can upgrade to the next packages up. So let's say you sign up as a brand partner. You purchase the core, that's in your budget. You only want just a few containers or envelopes of patches. And then you need more patches in 6 weeks. You can actually sign into your back office, which is what brand partners get. It's like the wholesale back office website, and it's awesome. And then you get in the store, they have a special thing that says upgrade kits. Now, as you get those upgrade kits, normally the pricing gets even better because the bigger your package, the better the pricing gets. But you can do that over time. So you don't have to sign up for a huge package. Personally, when I talk to people, whenever I talk to customers, I'm always just trying to set them up with what fits into their budget and what makes sense for them right now. And so I always tell people, don't stress yourself out by trying to get the biggest package, because you can always upgrade later. You're going to pay the same amount just over time. Also, if you would like to be a customer or client, and that would entail obviously getting my personal help and my recommendations, always feel free to click through to my link. My link is going to be in the description of this video. I think it'll be underneath and it will say more. You can click through, and if you scroll through to the bottom, there's actually a way to text and email me so I can help you when you are setting yourself up for a new package. A lot of times I do like a 10-minute phone call with people where we just chat about what their goals are and what might work for them. It's a great way to connect, and I love to help people personally. So just wanted to let you know about that. But don't be afraid to be a brand partner if you don't want to sell. I know that there's a lot of, how do I say it? There's a lot with Lifewave where, I do think it's a great opportunity. Like, it's been a great opportunity for me personally. But the way that I talk about Lifewave, I'm more just talking to people about their personal use. If somebody that I sign up loves it and they decide that they want to share, which is usually later because they've tried it and they love it, then I'm there to help them. But I love to have people join me with Lifewave as brand partners, whether they want to sell or share or just use it for their health. Most of the people that join with me have something going on with their general wellness that they want to be better. So their main focus and their main time that they have in their life isn't going to be probably throwing patch parties or going to, health seminars and things like that, because they need to take care of themselves. So just know that if you do want to sign up with me, I'd love to help you, and you do not need to sell at all. I don't care if you sell. If you want to sell, I'll show you how to share in a genuine way, but you just don't need to. I look at it. So I look at the brand partner membership as any other kind of wholesale membership, like a Costco card. You get great prices. When I originally signed up, I signed up for the advanced package, which I think used to be called the gold package. And when I signed up, I thought, if I like this, I love that I have a link. I love that I can talk about it if it works for me. And I kind of pictured that I would probably sign up like 3 or 4 people, just because that's, I have a lot of different affiliate links. I have a lot of different links for things. And so usually I sign up a couple of people. I personally did not join Lifewave I never thought that I would actually grow a business. It wasn't my intent. I'm not a multi-level marketer by nature. I don't consider myself to be like good at sales. I only talk about things that I love. So my intention was just, maybe I'll like sign up a couple of people, and perhaps if I'm lucky, I'll be able to pay for my patches. It's possible. It happens for some people. It doesn't happen for others. I don't know how to say it. I just think it's a great product to use. That's what I love it for. And if you love it and you wind up sharing it, it's amazing that you can possibly make a small income, but no guarantees. It really depends on you. I more so would rather help people just get the patch on their bodies so that they can feel great. That's my main intention. Anyway, so we talked about it again, how many patches, and guys, please feel free to drop your questions in here. Just so you know, I don't answer questions later. I'm super busy, so I'm not online, and I don't do consults in the comments. So if you want to ask me a question, make sure to ask it when I'm live. I just have a lot going on in my life, and we just moved, and this year, just in case anybody wants to know, my passion and my goal for this year is that this year I want to build my business to the point where my husband and I finally have enough money to build a healthy home. We have had various things happen the last few years. There's been a lot of change. We just spent more money than we had moving. Unfortunately, I smile, but it was really hard because our little dog started not being able to walk. She got a neurological condition. I was already fully disabled, and we had a lot going on. And my husband found a closet in our apartment that was spraying water, and it had visible mold. So we had to up and leave, throw away a lot of stuff that we owned, clean everything that we owned, and start over. And so why is my why to build a healthy home? Because for I've lived in an apartment for most of my life. I did own a condo in Boston for a while. And when you live in apartments, you're at other people's mercy to fix your apartment. And especially like this is a gorgeous apartment that we live in, but it's a multi-unit building. And you may or may not know this, but usually leaks are going to happen in apartment buildings. Within the first 2 years, it usually happens. And if you're super sensitive to that happening, as I am, and as unfortunately my pets are after having this happen a few times, you don't have control over it. Like if my neighbor runs their bathtub over and it comes into the ceiling, I'll probably never know it, but it will affect me. So anyway, this year, if you see me on here talking about business a lot, if you see me on here and you want to support me with what I'm doing, please know that it is because I am working really hard to do everything that I can so that I can build a home for me and my family so that we can stay healthy. So not only am I talking about this product, which I love, but as a retired award-winning hair colorist, I'm also going to be talking about the hair care line that I use to get my hair long and healthy without extensions. That's also low tox. So if you see me on here and you need what I have and you want to find out more about it, always feel free to contact me, and know that it really does matter. You're helping me to build a dream. And on top of it, anything that you ever see me talk about is going to come from the heart. And my first goal is to help everybody feel better. So even though I want to make money to be able to have my dream home or just like a 2,000 square foot safe home that's built well, my main goal is to help people. So money is never my main goal. It's can be a close second because of course everybody needs to make a living. But my main goal is to help people. My main goal is to do what is right by you. And that's what makes me feel good at the end of the day. I actually had a consult with someone this week. It was just like a quick 20-minute consult. And she was asking me about the patches. And I'm going to be totally honest. She told me the particular type of treatment that she was going through right now. And I can't give medical advice. I, of course, said I would definitely consult your doctor. But I also told her that just if it were me, just me personally, I would probably be waiting to start because why overwhelm your body? It's just my thought. And I said, I leave it up to you. But sometimes for me, my job is telling someone that now isn't the time to start. And, let's reconvene in 6 weeks and see what your doctor says. And if so, then I'm here to hold your hand and I'm here to guide you. And I'm here to get excited for you when you start getting your energy back and when things start aligning for you and how you feel. So just know that my favorite thing, if you do want to be my client, please reach out to me. I like it even more. You're not bothering me. If you reach out to me and you're interested and you're not sure if you want to be my client, that's fine too. But if you might be interested in being my client, you would like to talk to me and you would like personal old-fashioned help from someone that's going to tell you the truth, feel free to reach out to me even before you order, because I would love to be a part of it so I can make sure you're getting the best value, the ins and the outs, and if this is really right for you. You don't have to just depend on the website. You're welcome to depend on me too. That's what I do for my clients. So this is another thing. And guys, please feel free to ask me any questions. If there's a particular page on there, don't be shy about jumping into the chat because I'm not on here all the time and I would love to hear from you. So a lot of people ask me as well, how much is shipping? This question really depends. First of all, when you go on the Lifewave website, you can order from just about, not anywhere in the world, but I believe Lifewave is in, might not be factual, but about 80 countries at this point. So if you go, let's say you go onto my Lifewave website, like if you go onto Lifewave and you type in Megan Graham in the part that asks who referred you, so it's 216-7534 is my number. You're going to see my replicated Lifewave website come up. And when my replicated site comes up, a lot of times you're going to see the American flag at the top. If you click on that flag in the dropdown, you're going to see all the flags and the country names of all of the countries that Lifewave is available in. So you can order from my site if you're in South Africa, if you're in London, if you're in Japan, if you're in China, you can order off of my Lifewave site. Now, I cannot tell you what the shipping is going to be, but the good news is that when you go through the site, it's going to tell you what your shipping is. And I believe that for most of those countries, it's not, don't quote me on this, but I don't think it's usually coming from the US. I believe they have their product in other places. So for most of my clients, I'm always really surprised. Like I had a client order recently in Japan, and I was very pleasantly surprised when they told me what the shipping was. So Lifewave is going to tell you what the shipping is when you get to that point in the checkout process. It's very reasonable. Their shipping is not super expensive. It's not free shipping though, just so you know. Usually there are 2 options for shipping. If you don't like the shipping amount, you don't have to place your order. So I can't tell you what the shipping is. I do know that it's usually quite reasonable. And you can look at it when you get to that point in the process. Most of the time when I'm placing my own order, I think the shipping is around $6 to $8 for me to get my patches. I usually choose the more expensive shipping because the less expensive shipping is the US Postal Service. And I'm just not a big fan of the US Postal Service. It's like they just lost 2 of my packages this week. So we are in a brand new building, and the post office doesn't think that our building exists. So they keep sending my packages back. I just got my husband some shoes because his feet are literally like coming through the bottom of his shoes. And they were like, we just returned them to sender. So they're not bringing my boxes. Anyway, long story. All right. So yes, and you can order it if you live outside of the US. It can be a little bit confusing because Lifewave's prices are based on the US dollar, right? So all of the prices are based on the US dollar. So it gets a little bit confusing for people when they're ordering and they're in another country because prices can fluctuate a little bit. For a lot of my international clients, they love to be, usually they sign up as brand partners, and they usually make their orders when the exchange rate is really good. So if you don't know this, once you're a brand partner, you can get something called a maintenance pack. It's, again, I go back to Costco. Here's what a maintenance pack is. Once you're a brand partner, you get that special website with wholesale prices. The more you buy, usually the cheaper the price is. So if you buy 3 months of X39, it's cheaper than buying 1 month of X39. If you buy 6 months of X39, it's even cheaper. I've had some clients that really just go crazy if they're using it and several people in their family are using it. So they sell a 20 pack of X39 and the price, I believe, drops down to $82 and change. So for people, like say there's 3 people in the household or they're giving them to their friends and things like that, they'll buy those or they'll buy that package and they'll resell them as retail. So kind of interesting, just good to know. Here's some other things that maybe you want to know. And guys, just drop in yes or no if you're enjoying this, if this is anything new. And also, I'd love it if you could leave me a heart if the chat is working for you. Don't have a lot of people in the chat, and that's totally fine. Just know I'm going to get a lot of questions later, and I'm just not on here. My assistant, Rosie, handles all of my questions now for me for a few reasons. One, I'm super busy because I just did a really great digital class I'm about to launch. And 2, I just don't have time to be in the comments, if you will. So what's the difference between a customer and a brand partner? This is really pretty important. First of all, join Lifewave however you want to join it. However you get your patches is great. It doesn't really matter as long as you get the patches. But when I am sharing with people, I'm normally only sharing 2 of the options. Oh, thank you so much for commenting. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad that it's helpful for you. I am going to be on here more. I feel, I was a little nervous to come back because I feel like it's been so many months and I was temporarily living out of a duffel bag when we were displaced from our home. So I was feeling like a physical disaster, but coming back, and I appreciate your warmth and your kindness. Thank you. Okay, so difference between a customer and a brand partner. When I am signing people up for Lifewave, if I recommend what I think that they should do, I only give them 2 options. Of course, I tell them about all of them, but there are 2 options. If somebody just wants, let's say they hate MLMs, they hate network marketing, or they just want the bare minimum, preferred customer. It's just a basic Lifewave subscription. You don't like network marketing, you don't like MLMs, totally fine. I get it. I used to feel the same way. I don't anymore, but I did. So if that's the case, sign up as a basic preferred customer. It's a great way to sign up. All you're doing is buying a product, you're getting it on auto ship. You can go in there, write down your password, write down your username. You can go right in there if you ever want to cancel or move your dates. You can go into your account yourself and do it. They're not keeping anything from you. They're not making it hard. People make it hard for themselves because they don't remember their password, and I don't know it. But if you don't know it and you need to change something, call Lifewave customer service. They'll be really nice to you and they'll fix it for you too. So this is the basic thing. You don't have to pay a fee. You will get, instead of $150 a month, it will basically be $100 a month, right? Give or take with change. So that's a really easy way to sign up. That is one of my favorite ways. I like that there is no fee. So the cons of that, your pricing is better, right, than the regular retail. It's not as good as what we can get as brand partners. So I buy these like 3 months at a time, and I'm able to save another $10 per sleeve, which is pretty awesome because it's something that I use all the time. So I'm saving $30. So if you are frugal and you want the deepest discounts, then I would say being a brand partner is better. For me, so being a brand partner means being a wholesaler, but again, you don't have to sell or share. I would say 75% of the people that sign up with me do not sell or share, and that is totally fine. You don't need to. If people, this is just me being realistic about what most people do as brand partners anyway. Most people that are brand partners are probably not going to share with hundreds of people. You might, it's a possibility, it's happened before. Most people that are brand partners, if they decide to share, they might sign up a couple people a month. It's not usually like what you see when you see all the network marketing conventions. It's like, people are signing up like thousands of people. Like, that's unlikely. It could happen. I think when you're passionate about something and you're talking about it every day, it could happen, but mostly most brand partners, they're just lightly sharing it as it feels genuine. They're out with their friends notice like, you look really good, or you seem to have more energy, or why is your knee not bothering you anymore? And they just naturally start talking about it. That's what I see with my brand partners. My brand partners are just sharing it with people as it comes up in conversation, and people get inquisitive about what they've been doing. But you can be a brand partner just for the savings. You never have to share your website. You never have to go to a meeting. I always feel like when people sign up with me, I just don't want them to feel pressured, because all I want is what you want. If you want to just wear the patch, amazing. If you want to share the patch, amazing. Just let me know what it is that you're trying to do, and you can do that. Hold on one second, because I think I clicked something on my phone and I had made some notes, because as you guys can all see, I just love to chit chat about various things. But anyway, so you can be either a customer or a brand partner, and you can kind of just be a brand partner and just be like a customer as well. If I could choose for every single person, I would have everybody sign up as a brand partner, just because I like to get things for less money. But I understand that some people just feel more comfortable with the subscription. Do that. The two options that I personally, they're fine. It's just they're not my favorites. They're not what I recommend. I don't like to sell the patches retail. I see no reason for someone to pay an extra $50. If you talk to me, I'm going to tell you, just do it this other way. Save the $50. I don't know, $50 is a lot of money these days. I can do a lot with $50. So you could almost buy a second thing of patches for $50, or you could get a second, pay for half your second month. So I don't sign people up for retail, like, ever. If I'm the one helping you, I will not sign you up that way. And the other way that I don't really sign people up is Preferred Plus. Preferred Plus is fine. If you've seen it, it's the one where you can get points and you can get samples. Again, if you want to do that program, it is great. I just think if you do, the only way that Preferred Plus is actually going to do anything for you, as far as points and things, is if you're sharing. And if you're sharing, you might as well be a brand partner, because you're going to get better benefits. So those are just what I tell people. What you do at the end of the day is up to you. But I do kind of know the guess I know the website in and out and I know the benefits. And I have had people that I signed up that just signed up a few people and they were able to pay for their patches, which is pretty nice. And it makes a big difference if they can kind of make it so it's a wash, and their friends feel better too. So where do I find my order history and account details after I log in? It's really simple. So I guess it depends. This is interesting. It depends on which interface you're using, but the brand partner interface is the one that I use. It's got all of your details. It actually shows, you can see all of your past orders. You have a special shop. If you have signed people up, you can actually see who they, if they allow you to see who they are, you can see who they are. And I can see sometimes what people order. So when I have time, I try to send them a little extra info like, oh, do you want to see this placement video on X39? And so on and so forth. I try to greet people that sign up with me. I will say usually I just send them a greeting and I let them know if they need anything to reach out to me. I don't usually hear back from people. So if you do sign up with me, check your spam as well, because I would love it. I'd love to hear from you in the beginning because I have some materials I can send out to you, just a couple of things to make your life easier. And also, if you want to hop on a call with me for a few minutes, just so I can give you some tips, I'd be more than happy to, if you are a new customer of mine. And if you're a brand partner, it says, when will I see my commission report? I pay out activation. These are some popular questions. Usually your commission lags behind about 2 weeks, I believe, but you can kind of see your week that's developing, that's not solidified during the week. I pay out activation. It's been a long time for that. I honestly would say look under resources if you need to do that. I remember it being pretty complicated when I first did it. And how do I know if my country is supported and what if it's not? That's easy. You just go to the top where you see the US flag and just see if your country's name is there in the drop-down menu. I know I get a lot of brand partners that would like to join with me and they're in customers where Lifewave is not there yet. But I think Lifewave is coming to a lot more countries, which is a great thing. And thank you for watching from Texas as well. Thank you so much for your comments, guys. It's always so nice to hear you. And then for existing users, how do I change my patch type or update my shipping address? So really, whether it's for brand partners or customers, all you need to do is just go into your site, just find the spot for addresses, and you can actually change it yourself. So for instance, I just updated my address because I moved to a new apartment. So I'm trying to make sure that everything is updated. Every once in a while, Lifewave is nice enough to send me out, like they sent me the seller guides to try. And it's so funny. You guys probably wouldn't know this about me, but I am always very prickly about trying new things. Like, oh, I don't know if I want to try that. It's new. How will I feel? So I let the seller guides sit in my supplement cabinet for a full month. And I didn't try it because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. Lifewave, I didn't have any supplements from Lifewave. I only had patches. And sure enough, I finally tried the supplement and I always start everything slow. So I started at a quarter of the dose. And I was really pleasantly surprised because I felt great. It tasted good. It wasn't delicious. You're not supposed to drink it all day long, so that's fine. But it tasted good, and I actually felt more energy when I started taking it after a week or so. So I was pretty impressed with the supplement. So they do send me things sometimes, which is really nice. I actually wasn't sent it by Lifewave, but I was as a gift given the water machine and the Lifewave water machine, and I've been testing that out. I honestly want to start my test again because I was given the Lifewave water machine and I was going to do a 30-day thing where I reported how I was feeling the entire time. And then we got displaced and we were displaced from our home for 5 weeks. So we actually just started using the water machine again, and it's been a little bit intermittent. And so I feel like I want to start again. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Give me a little yes or no to the water machine if you're interested in me restarting that. I just feel like I have to start totally fresh because I have not been regularly using it. So far, I will just say there's a few taste, I'm not trying to be negative, there's a few taste things with the water machine. It feels like the holding tank might need to have a different kind of, it's made of plastic, and I just don't love the taste of the water. So I always try to be really honest about it. So far, I feel like the second, I'm sure they're going to make a couple of changes. I'm hoping that one of them is going to be the holding tank, because it just tastes a little like off to me. It doesn't taste as fresh as the water that comes out of my distiller. So we'll see, but overall, I like it. I've also been giving it to my dog, but Lifewave does not recommend that. They don't test it on animals. So I always have to give you a little disclaimer. That's just what I do, not telling you you should do that. Those are most of the questions that I get most of the time. And again, if you're looking, I would love it if anybody is new to Lifewave, if you're not working with a brand partner and you're looking for someone to work with. What I do as a brand partner is I act as a consultant. So of course, I'd love to help you if you're my new client in picking out your patches when you start, even though for the most part, I'm going to tell you that X39 is the way to start. Where my work as a consultant really starts is after you purchase with me. And that is when I'm available, whether you want to email me, join my Facebook group, and I provide my personalized support. And the only people that get my personalized support are my clients and customers. I do have a lot of them at this point, and that is everybody's got to add a special value. And my special value is my intellect and what I know. So of course, anybody, I do share the information online too. So anybody is welcome to watch my videos. And if you watch enough of my videos, whether you're signed up with me or not, are going to learn a lot, right? So you're going to learn about how to use them. You just have to watch a lot of videos. If you want to be able to ask me pointed questions, then that's what my customers are able to do. And also the customers of my customers. So when I send out, like say I send out an email, I send it out to, it's called a downline. So it's everybody that's signed up, not only with me, but that has signed up with other people that signed up through me. So it's like my Lifewave family. My Lifewave family does have access to me for support because that is my team. So that's the special thing that I give. So when people are part of my team or my organization, they have the ability to reach out to me, and everybody is invited into a private Facebook, which is the best place to do that. So if you did sign up with me and you would like, or someone that I signed up, please let me know if you're not on that Facebook and you'd like to be a part of it. And don't be shy about showing up and asking your questions there, because it's kind of cool. It's just a private thing that I do for people. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I wish I had known when I signed up. I think my biggest thing is that when I initially signed up for Lifewave and I went to the website, I was told about it by one of my best friends. She is extremely, extremely smart with holistic things and all things wellness. And she's my go-to for everything. So she told me about the patches. I had seen them and I thought they were probably fake because, let's face it, I know a lot of people think that they are. But when she told me about them, I instantly wanted to buy them. When I first looked at the website, I was just so confused. I was so confused because it's one thing that I think, and I've actually, of course, I've told Lifewave this as well on customer service and VIP customer service. It would be really helpful if they had a chart just explaining the differences on one page. What's the difference between preferred and preferred plus? What's the difference between brand partner and customer? It's very confusing when you start. And so that's why I actually did just create my own page that anybody's free to look at. It's in my links here in the video. You can click on it. I forget my actual website name. I think it's Megan Graham Wellness, and Megan Graham Wellness has that. You have to click through my link because it has the exact address, but it just has some information about the different ways to purchase and what I recommend, because I couldn't really find that anywhere. And I know that a lot of times when people, find me on YouTube and things like that, they want that information, but they want it at like 2 a.m. or 6 a.m. So I have it all up there, and I have a form so that people can message me as well. And I'm hoping if anybody wants to look at it and tell me what you think of it, I'm hoping it makes it a little bit easier. I had a different iteration of that up before, and I had a really cool guide that I made about patching. But I got a little thing that, I had to take it down because maybe it wasn't compliant. I don't think it was not compliant. I don't think anybody actually ever looked at it. It was pretty simple information that I say on here all the time. But anyway, wish I could have that guide up there for you too, but I've got some good, super basic information. And if you're looking for more from me, just contact me to sign up, and I'd be more than happy to chat with you during our consult. So I think that is about it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, quick life update. So we were in our other apartment. We were there for 2 years, and things were kind of stalling out for how I feel. Things were off, and my inflammation actually started going up. And when I had my last doctor's appointment, she said, it's so weird. It actually looks like you might have biotoxins in your environment, but you can't because you're in a brand new apartment. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't. It's new. And, I don't see anything. And then, our dog stopped being able to walk, and we found a significant leak in one of our closets. Tested the apartment, which honestly I hadn't thought to do because it was a 2-year-old apartment and we were the first ones living in it. So like, why would I test it? But tested the apartment, and there was actually mold, mycotoxins in the master bedroom, in the second bedroom, kind of all over the apartment. So it wasn't just the water leak. So we were displaced. It was a really stressful time. As soon as I realized there was a leak, my dog was diagnosed with a pretty severe autoimmune condition. She's my 4-pound love of my life Yorkshire Terrier, and she was diagnosed with something called GME. And what happens with GME, I didn't know this, but when certain animals, when their autoimmune issues start going, it's like freight train. And I didn't realize that humans have stronger and more developed, sophisticated immune systems than animals do. And so her immune system went off like a freight train, and her brain started melting. So her legs weren't working. She was urinating in the bed. She wasn't barking anymore. It was very scary. And so we brought her to a neurologist, and I was actually able to get her excellent treatment. We brought her to oh my gosh, I made a video of it somewhere. I have to find it. The neurologist's name is Dr. Parker. He is phenomenal. Anyway, so she started getting treatment. I got her right out of that apartment. We moved into a hotel within a few nights. It was very stressful. It wasn't really in our budget. I didn't really have the budget to move into a hotel room. I don't have a big budget. But I had to, because if you have a pet, you probably know, I would lay my body down in front of a moving vehicle to save my dog. And it sounds like a lot, but I would do anything for her. So moved out, then went into a temporary suite that the apartment building gave us. And initially we thought we could fix it, right? We thought, oh my gosh, we have to stay in our apartment. We don't want to move. But when we saw that the mold was all over the apartment, we basically knew that there's no possible way. And if you don't know this, now you do. If you live in an apartment and you have a mold problem, it would be very unlikely that a landlord is really going to fix it, especially to the level that I would need, because unfortunately I have really strong sensitivities. So temporary apartment, and then we found a new safe apartment, and then we moved into the safe apartment. And when you do move out of mold, it's not just a matter of moving your stuff in, because unfortunately mycotoxins, which are the biotoxins that can be produced by mold, they travel in dust. So that means that dust, we all know dust is everywhere, right? So when we got here, it took 5 weeks to clean every single possession, to have a vacuum and wipe down every piece of furniture, to wash every article of clothing. And I will say sometimes I'm a bit reticent to share some of this, because when this happens to you, there are definitely people that will pop up online sometimes and they'll say, oh, it's all in your mind and this and that. It's 100% not. I have a Harvard trained biotoxin doctor that does my labs every 3 months. I get 14 vials of blood drawn every 3 months, and I know exactly what's going on with my body. And it's very real when it happens to you. And you wish it wouldn't, because people will say this, they'll say mold is everywhere. And yeah, it absolutely is. And that's the problem. In varying degrees, there's no such thing as a mold-free home. There really isn't. There's very low mold. There's safer amounts of mold. You will always have some mold. Mold is an organic substance, but it's when there's an overgrowth of mold, when there's an untreated water leak, and when there's a water leak and then the materials are left, that becomes problematic. So anyway, that is what happened. I'm just coming back from it. I'm so excited to be back, and I'm so thankful to be in a new place. And my dog, if you want a little update, she's getting chemotherapy every 4 weeks to quiet her immune system. And she's on steroids as well to lower her inflammation. And she has stopped wetting the bed nightly. She started barking again. She's walking, not extremely well, but she's walking. And we are doing our best to make her better. She is also wearing the patches. And again, Lifewave definitely does not test on animals. They don't. I'm not suggesting you put them on your dog, nor can I give you advice on how to do it, because that wouldn't be compliant of me to do so. But she is wearing them. I don't have her wear them around her time of getting chemotherapy. I just don't think it behooves her to do so. But after I give her she has a very short half-life chemotherapy, and I do have her wear them after that. But not saying you should do that, especially humans, please ask your doctor. It's very important. I speak to my neurologist for Lola. He knows everything that I'm doing, and I always get the okay, because everything matters, So anyway, thanks so much for listening. I am going to hop off of here, but it was really nice to see you guys today, and I appreciate everybody that joined in. Thank you so, so much. I'm probably going to hop on for a totally different kind of live stream after, not Lifewave related, just kind of more social and beauty and such. But thanks for joining me, and have a beautiful day, guys. And also click on the link to check out my new website as well if you would like to see it. I made it myself, so I'm pretty proud of it. So have a beautiful day, and thanks so much for your support, everyone.